Good evening. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your Tuesday evening metal market wrap-up for July 11th, 2023, and the time just getting out about 5:43 p.m. Central Time. I want to thank everyone that wrote and wished well to my family member. Unfortunately, no, it's not unfortunate. Something bad happened. It did to us. The surgery could not go ahead. They found that she wasn't the candidate for what they were hoping. They had a whole team in there taking a look, and that was part of it. And if she was candidate, everything was going to be a go. So now it's got to go on to two other possibilities. So a whole day and putting the family through it, but she's home and fine. And that's the good news. Unfortunately, nothing was fixed. So let's talk about fixing this. We have CPI tomorrow. We have PPI the day after. You have a grain report tomorrow, the WASD report. So there's a lot of things you got to start looking at. And as usual, we'll get all the regular players. You know, we're 2 days away from unemployment claims weekly and so on and so forth as we get going. But it's going to be CPI day. Does the CPI, the core, drop to 5.1, 5.2? It was 5.3 last time. I would say getting under 5% would be a surprise to many. I'm not expecting that, but it's always out there. You don't know where you're going. And don't get caught up in the headline CPI. That's the one that comes out and they go, look at this, look at how it's come down. Well, we know it's gone from 9% and it's on its way to 3%. It's the sticky one, and I've said that to you for a year, that the Fed is going to concentrate on. And then you got to look at the PCE numbers. They're going to be forthcoming. There's a lot to be looking at here, so pay attention. The other thing that's going on is the markets have moved up, especially the stock market. They're going to have to do some repricing on the NASDAQ. It calls for it. And on July 24th, weightings are going to change within it. So be aware, may not be the place to exactly chase to the upside, but do remember the other part that I've told you. This is the seasonal time of year when normally, the word is normally, both the Dow and the NASDAQ move to the upside. It is not the S&P and not the Russell. In the metal markets, they're looking very hard at what's going on in the dollar. In China, they're doing things to try to fix the property market. They're not moving quick enough, in my opinion, and it's a real problem. As we take a look at the weekly chart of gold, the resistance is back at 1971.20. So will the market make it up to the resistance is the big question. When we took a look at the daily chart, we can see how the market came down, and it's almost forming a saucer coming back up, as you can see right through here. The pattern on the swing lines is bullish for the moment. You have higher lows and higher highs. Where's the logical resistance then? The 18-day average of closes, which is where you went today, and you're fighting to be over it tonight as you're $1 over that. 1938.20, and the number for the 18-day average is 1934.80. The resistance is further up at the upper Bollinger Band at 1965, which runs into that other number we were just talking about, the 1972 number. Remember that? We're just talking on the weekly charts of 1973.90. So we're getting correlations in some of these numbers as to what resistance points can be. And momentum is up. So on the daily chart, you have, for the moment, upside bias. The trend is up. The target is the upper Bollinger Band, and for the bulls on a daily basis, they've taken control of the market. The gold-silver ratio, while I was out the day or two, you fell back under this 18-day average, and as long as you stay under it, silver should look stronger than gold. And you've had the pattern of higher lows, higher highs. Now, remember what this market was doing. It was running, as I call it, the skids against, and I'll go another day here, the 18-day average of closes. You see how it kept hitting it? The pattern had been to the upside in the terms of the swing line. Momentum had corrected an oversold condition. The question was, could you get over the 18-day average of closes? You finally did that at this point, and this is where you're at tonight. So the market's not out of the woods, don't get me wrong, but like the gold market, you've turned the near-term trends on the daily charts to the upside. In the copper, you went up to that resistance at the 18-day average. There's a common theme there as you're watching all. The battlegrounds, the 18-day average, the silver and the gold market have gotten over it temporarily, so they've got their bias up. That's not the case in the copper. It's been a bear market rally into that resistance, and it's still right there. In the platinum, once you lost the embedded reading, I teach you this all the time, over and over. That is the number that I was paying attention to, and that's the one, if I were you, that I'd just have all my ears on, if you would. When you lose that, you often go back to the 18-day average and you fight a battle there. It's staring you in the face. There's the trade. In the dollar index, the market has come down. It's oversold. It's at the lower band. I think the pros are going to come out of this right now and go into the CPI number, if you will, fairly flat and not do too much with it. Now, what do you do with something like this? Well, let me tell you what I think you do. You're going to have an awful lot going on tomorrow. Between all these key points in the metals, the CPI report, the PPI coming out on Thursday for you, unemployment claims again, how's it all going to affect everything? Where are you? What about these weather markets? What are they doing to the energy markets and other parts? If you turn on the national news, you're seeing the flooding that's going on, the extreme heat in Phoenix, 120 degrees going to be this week. How do you play all this? Are there opportunities from it? I think so. So how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website and free. Sign up for the free offers that we have so you can get some of these reports. These are commodity reports written by pros that have been around this. That's us. And we've seen these things. We've seen events like this. We see how the markets go into the, if you will, the repricing of NASDAQ that you heard me talking about. There's going to be even more. So you go to iraepstein.com, free offers, or you move your cursor up here, give it a click, and away you go. I'm Ira. I'll see you first thing in the morning. You have a good day.